Baby, your time has come. You about to get cyber bullied. I know this man's legs aren't very long, but I'm still about to drag him. Not really. All right, I'm gonna try to add as much nuance to this as I possibly can. DaBaby doesn't care that it's Women's History Month. He said, "I'm going Ike Turner on these niggas." He was at a Tampa show the other night. I think it was last night, and a fan, female fan, put her phone up to his face with the flash on and put some bop in it. So he put some bop back. DaBaby was on that video talking about "Get ready, I'm coming." I didn't know it was gonna be like this. And everybody's talking about DaBaby, but where's the witnesses? So he slapped the shit out of her. Like, her whole body went this way, and then, like, you've ever gotten hit and then like your body goes one way and then immediately snaps back. But violence against women is not funny. Now, was he wrong? Yes. Okay, of course. Of course he was wrong. But let's add some nuance to the situation. DaBaby has anger issues, man. This dude is a little wild. We're going to also briefly get into and touch on how people find an issue with DaBaby's anger and his violence once it happens to a woman, but not necessarily all the other things that we've seen him do. Probably wondering, how is this a problem with DaBaby if he was just defending himself? There is something called restraint, right? And you assess the situation, especially if you're in a position of influence, if you have a lot to lose, and you survey the situation, you're like, you know what? This probably ain't gonna be the best look. All right, DaBaby, if you could slap a fan without having to reach up, you could just assume it was a woman. There's no even thought about it. You're like 5'5". If you can go like this, it's probably a woman you're smacking. If you have to elevate your hand, assume it's a man. But if you got to go below or about your same level, it's obviously a woman. My issue with the outrage at this moment is really just in how people are finding an issue with DaBaby and his anger now that the person on the other side of it is a woman, as opposed to the people on the other side of it being men in the past. DaBaby has never even offered a public apology to any of the people that he's beaten up in the past, but now that it's a woman, I feel that I need to say something about it. If you truly felt justified, if you truly felt everything was okay, you wouldn't need to apologize. You wouldn't need to feel the need to have a response. But it's because we live in a bit of an era where violence against women is deemed as wrong, where violence against men is deemed as normal, even if the person who did it is a man. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember DaBaby offering any public apology on behalf of his security for putting that dude in a coma last year. I don't remember DaBaby offering any apology to that one dude that he knocked out during one of his live shows. If you're going to demonize violence, then demonize violence. Don't make it violent only when it happens to one party and not the next. Canceling DaBaby now is a complete contradiction and is so hypocritical. It makes DaBaby's apology to her seem so disingenuous and seem so like forced and like so calculated, because he knows that the public response is going to be negative. And I know why it's a negative response, but again, violence is violence. Let's not over or underreact based off of the sex that it happens to. Is his response to this woman warranted? Absolutely not. I know Ike Turner in his grave, like, talk to these niggas. Why are you not utilizing your security? That is what you pay them for, to kind of protect you, to keep you from harm's way. You can't have it both ways and say, I want to pay my security, but at the same time, I don't want them to prioritize my safety. You can't be in a position where you want to be so open and make yourself seem as if you're accessible to the public and you have security with you, and then something happens and you act on impulse. The point of security is to protect you from the immediate danger, but it's also to protect you from your own impulses. You are going to get angry if you get touched. You are going to be upset if you get hit. And a lot of times, artists are probably going to go too far if they handle it themselves. That's what the security is for. If they go too far, they deal with the ramifications, not you. A$AP Rocky dealt with the same situation. Do not pay for security just to not utilize them. Yeah, once you pay for security, you relinquish all your necessity to be tough or to defend yourself. That's the point. Now DaBaby's going to end up on Red Table Talk, and I can already imagine how the combo is going to go. Jada's going to be sitting up there asking him, why did you smack every black woman? Her mom's going to be off in the corner looking mad lost, pretending to be interested in the conversation, but not really. And then Willow's going to be levitating in the center of the table. I don't get it. DaBaby out here acting unconventional. At this point, I'm not afraid for female safety around DaBaby. I'm just afraid for general fan safety. Like, if somebody bumps shoulders with this dude, what's gonna happen? It's probably gonna be pretty difficult to bump shoulders with a dude because he's like 5'2". I'm also equal force, man. Like, if you got bopped, all you gotta do is bop back. If it's really that serious, most people, I could see you taking the phone and chucking it before you return fire. With if you'd have thrown the phone, that would have been the perfect response. You'd have got your anger out. People would have understood. You wouldn't have hit anyone. I would have understood that. But full force, open palm, full power Kamehameha wave. I got the spirit bomb and the infinity stones in my wrist as I'm about to take this woman's head off her shoulders. It's not necessary. It's not equal force. You didn't return with the same amount that was given to you. It's too much. You're doing too much. Buddy met Kanye and didn't read the Bible. You know Jesus and you don't know the 12 disciples. Like, what's the point in DaBaby? Like, what's the point? People saying that he stole Chris Brown's flow, but in all honesty, he stole Dave Chappelle's flow. Like, what did the five fingers say to the face? When you get to a certain age, certain behavior is no longer acceptable, all right? It seems cool at first when you're young, I know, beating the shit out of everybody that disrespects you or does something against you. But in the long term, long game, business-wise, it's not a good idea to do business with violent people. You're not going to be looked at as someone who can work well with others. It's just not cute. It's not cool to just be violent off rip, you know? That's why you carry that blicky on you, so that in the event anything serious actually goes down, you don't need to fight. I'm over fighting. You gonna learn one way or the other. That's all. That's all it's gonna be. It's no warning, and that will require people to be a little bit more smart with the engagements and like the conflicts that they involve themselves in, because they'll know how serious the situation needs to be for me to even address it in this way. Especially as big as DaBaby is right now, like, it's just not called for. It's just not. Learn restraint. Learn to use your security that you pay for. Fans need to realize violence is violence if it's against a man or if it's against a woman. This isn't the first instance that he's displayed. So if you're going to be upset with him about this, you should be upset with him about all the rest of the situations too. Also, fans need to learn boundaries. Don't touch people. Don't grab people. Don't follow people. Don't take pictures of people that don't want to be taken pictures of. When you learn to give others the respect that people just deserve without looking at their celebrity first, you don't put yourself in situations like this. But people just like DaBaby need to realize and keep in mind that real life violence is not lucrative. This man really got on IG Live or on his Instagram story. Like, I don't know, dude, it felt really weird. Like, why are you so close to the camera? Why are you with this voice and this tone? And like, bro, you know what you did. Don't try to clean it up now. Full-fledged. You gave her the Ray Rice treatment with no elevator. That's all I got to say. I'm over it. Hopefully do get some type of help or seek some type of evaluation, because this just ain't normal. It's just not. Trouble can't follow you everywhere if at some point you're never the trouble. Didn't go too hard on the cyberbully today, because it'd be a baby. I don't want to do that. You know, it's beneath me. I could get it because he's literally beneath me because he's short. Okay, I'm going too far. All right, ending the video now. Before I say something I regret. He smacked it.